Alrighty. Salutations for everybody listening at your lovely home domains. Yeah, come on, man. I gotta be nice and special out there, man. You know what I mean? Nice and fancy. That being said, guys, yes, welcome to the lunatic of, episode 5 of Behind the Call Out. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Of course, with your lovely host talking to you guys and welcoming you guys is Monkey. Got my man Loopy on the sidelines. Loopy, what's up, man?
Hello.
And of course, guys, come on, special episode. You know, what I mean, I got episode 5. We're already halfway through this, this whole collective qualifiers. I gotta get the man Malik up in here, man. Malik, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, doing great, man. Doing great.
Say yeah. I'm done.
That's that New York thing, man. You know.
It's in New York. Oh, so what do I have to do? Do I have to emphasize my accent now? Is that what's up?
Yeah, just a little bit, Well, jokes aside, man. Welcome, guys. Welcome again. Yes, this is episode 5, guys. Behind the call out. We're just gonna be going right back into it, guys. I know last week we gave you guys a bonus episode. Pretty much, it was about talking about what's it called, the updates and the patch notes of Siege. Now, yeah, collective in general. Yeah, you're right. Now we're gonna be going back the home to the Mecca. Pretty much, we talking about collective now and going into the qualifiers. We're at semifinals now, so that means there's gonna be only 4 teams gonna be facing it off to try to hit those for that final position, the final spot. But at the same time, again, we're gonna be talking about last week's performance as well, just because we did not talk about that again last week. So we're gonna be jumping right into that. So the topics of those, if you guys can just going down the line, if you guys would love to hear it, and of course it's going to be the bracket. So the bracket, you did see Element 111 going against Farside Bravo. You saw Tiger Team going against Fallen Pharaohs, and you also saw in the second bracket Bearded Dragon going against Plague, and then you also see the last competition of PRS Gaming going against Void. So we're gonna be talking about all those games, all those lovely games that's gonna happen. We're gonna be talking about the game of the week, the player of the week, of course, and of course at the end we're gonna talk about the question of the day. But going straight into it, we're not going to waste any time. We're going to talk about the first matchup. And of course, with this matchup that we saw, it was Element 111 versus Farside Bravo that actually changed their name now to Noble. So now they are called Farside Gaming Noble. It's just to make sure that they are not discrete and everybody knows that which one is the difference of Alpha and Bravo. Pretty much. So with that matchup, it was a 7-3 victory over on Elements 111 that moves them ahead of the game. And Malik, as being our special guest, I'm going to be handing the baton to you, buddy, and you can go ahead and talk about that game.
Appreciate that, man. Well, that game happened on Cafe. It's a pretty strat heavy map, and we know Grizz is famous for declaring himself one of the top stratters in collective here. And so with a 7-3 victory over Farside Gaming Noble, it's pretty one-sided. They started off on defense, and defense is said to be a strong point on Cafe. And so we probably seen a lot of rounds shine by Archer, some shine by Jake, Wonder picking it up too, and then Grizz was probably on support. And so with that being said,
it's not on support.
Well, I mean, he tends to like way back and forth between the two. Like he's mainly on support, but then like he'll try to steal a few roaming rounds here and there.
Understandable. Definitely understandable. But yeah, continue, man. Definitely continue.
And yeah, with that victory, seems pretty one-sided. FG Noble was able to secure 3 rounds on them though. So they are showing some improvement based off some of their past history in competing. But now the test with them next is going to be obviously seeing if they can get all the way to the finals, because they are one of the teams that is supposed to make it to the finals.
Why
That's true.
Yeah,
that is true. Yeah, let everybody know that's not in collective to let them know what Grizz wants. How about that one? So pretty much what Grizz wants to handle and what he wants to take care of is, he wants to make the finals because this man has been fighting for that master spot. You know what I mean? He's been fighting for that master spot for a very long time. He even called his tour, if you want to put quotation marks around it, his revenge tour. That's what he called it, guys. For that revenge tour, he actually wanted to prove to everyone out there that doubted him, if you want to use that word, doubted him in pretty much in the sense that, hey, I'm not a good player. I'm not a good team. I'm not in a good team, excuse me, or I'm not a good IGL, good captain. I'm going to prove to you guys what's going on. And that's what the revenge tour was about. Sadly, it did fall short, sadly, but
Very
he
early.
is very early. But sadly, he did fall short, but he is going to be picking it up, as you can see here, getting all these lovely. I'm not going to say lucky because they were actually deserved, but still, he did get these victories. He did get the 7-0, literally 7-0 on his first competition. Then he got a 7-0, sadly, because of a forfeit, and then now is going to 7-3. You know what I mean? So he's having a good trip, but the thing is now going against his next competition that I'll be talking in a few seconds. Going against that next competition is going to be tough, especially that team he's going to be facing is going to be Fallen Pharaohs, which we're going to be talking about that game in a couple seconds as well. But Fallen Pharaohs, as Malik was saying before, Grizz and his team are known for being a very strat-heavy team. So now Fallen Pharaohs is an old school team. They rely heavily on strats, heavily on watching every clip possible from Pro League. And now that being said, bringing them together is going to be tough. So Loopy, you can actually go ahead and talk about that Fallen Pharaoh and Tiger team.
So unfortunately, Fallen Pharaoh versus Tega Team actually. So it was played, but it will not. It was not like Fallen Pharaohs did not win the match. Unfortunately, Tega Team was DQ'd, disqualified because the roster that was available on the screenshot did not match the rosters that we have on record for them, which is obviously a pretty big breach in the rules. It's unfortunate. Obviously, we always want to see games played. We want these teams to move on and get where they want to go, and all of those things through playing the other teams. It's just, on some level, competition is good. Not even on some level, at every level, competition is good. But we have to have these rules, and and these rules exist for a reason, and they've been enforced. We've never once sort of faltered on them. They've always been enforced. These have always been the rules, and it's just unfortunate. Sometimes things like that just fall through the cracks. You panic in a last second situation, so you sub someone in who you forget's not technically on your roster or whatever. We don't obviously know what happened, but it is just unfortunate. So that game was determined by a disqualification, which is just unfortunate.
Making it very serious, and then we're gonna get very serious on you guys for a couple seconds. But yes, it's very important to submit the right roster, because if you don't submit the right roster, it can turn into a problem. And that was definitely said for them, that they have to be very careful with that, because now them submitting the wrong roster in, or not even mentioning that one player that played, it turned into a pretty much a lost for them. Second team definitely showed their game. They definitely won over Fallen Pharaohs, but that just seeing that, it can really show teams, and it shows everyone, and you just hate seeing that. You know what I mean? You hate getting your hopes up, and yes, we made it to semifinals, and then getting your dream just pretty much getting ripped out of your hand, saying, yeah, you didn't follow the rules. Now this is what happens. It really does suck. So I'm definitely gonna say, shout out to them and good luck to these guys. But hopefully we'll see them in future events. Maybe not. Who knows? But we're not going to waste any time on that one. We're going to go to our next competition, which again was something that did fall short. So Malik, if you want to talk about that one, buddy, you can go right ahead and go ahead.
Which game? The
Bearded
Bearded Dragon, yes.
versus
Oh, yeah.
Plague.
So unfortunately, Bearded Dragons did not have enough people on to play that game, and the win by forfeit goes to who's they playing?
Plague.
Oh, Plague.
And Plague, if
Wow.
I'm correct.
I
Yeah.
just had a blank right there. Yeah, the win goes to Plague, and Plague will move on to face MMG Void for the semifinal game. So it's very unfortunate, but
yeah,
you know.
it really is.
If I'm remembering correctly, to quote unquote field a team legally in collective, you need 4 out of 5. You don't even need technically a full team. But it just scheduling conflict. That's really what it comes down to. Scheduling conflict,
Yeah.
or life. Or
No, that's the best way to say it. You know what I mean? They did have an issue. I guess they scheduled a day, because again, they are able to schedule their own days, and I guess that day that they scheduled, a whole bunch of unfortunate events did occur to more than 3 players, and it really does suck to see that. Bearded Dragons did put on a show. Every game that they have played so far, they have won it 7-2. So it would have been crazy for them to do it again if they could possibly do it. And because I know a lot of the community members were definitely cheering to see Bearded Dragons going against MMG Void. You know what I mean? I know that for certain. I know that would have been a good game and a good matchup. But they did fall short, and then not being able to make it. Of course, Plague will move on to face MMG Void. So yeah, as pretty much already spoiling it for you, yes, MMG Void did win their matchup against PRS, and that matchup went up to 7-2. And that one is actually something that we're going to be talking about a lot, just because the fact that yes, this is the game of the week, and yes, we also have the player of the week in this game as well. So that being said, the map, if I'm correct, was on Villa. And on Villa, you did see a lot of attacking side from MMG Void.
I was about
You
to
know,
point that out. MMG Void started on attack. Everyone, I just want to make sure everyone understands this. Villa, they started on attack and still took the match 7-2. That's crazy. That is
Insane.
crazy.
it tells you what's going on. And the thing that it really does suck, and I know if Drew was here, he'll be cursing in the podcast a little bit, is because in the screenshots you guys are probably seeing right now, and the screenshot we have right here, and of course people that are listening, we're gonna just pretty much tell you what it is that we had two people did leave early for us to not see what kind of stats that they had from PRS. So it does suck, but as of right now, you do see Uzak that he did have 10 kills. So, and then right behind him was Sauce with 6. He definitely were getting the kills, if you want to say. It's just, I guess they were not finishing off.
I mean, I feel like a broken record, but this is just reinforces the concept of frags don't necessarily win rounds.
Yep, that's exactly what you were saying. And
That is
remember,
true.
you said this since like episode 1, so this is very true. And this proves it right here. Just because of the fact that, again, from MMG Void, yes, they had their kills. They had 11 kills, 6, 11, 9, and 5. It worked in their favor pretty well, again. But it didn't look like kills were the question. It looked like they really went in there. They just running gun a couple rounds, and also they just got the plant down when they were attacking. It seemed like a lot. That being said, you can also just tell just from the points itself. The points can actually show a lot of things. A lot of people don't even look into that much, but the point shows even having higher than 5,000 lets you know that hey, you got assists, which was one of the players got like 12 assists, which is amazing.
Yep.
but, but for example, like some guy had 11 kills and 3 assists, and that was from Shard. That shows you right there. Like he probably got the plant down, most likely got the plant down a couple times, and that's what wins matchups. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like
And
being in
that's
IGL, like say
that's
again,
kind of
Loopy?
I was gonna say that's kind of the interesting about Villa is a very easy map to defend. Doesn't matter, and I know this is gonna sound a little weird, but it doesn't matter which side you're on. The map itself is just easy to defend. So if you can get that diffuser down as the attacking team, that's sort of where like that shift of the round happens. Because now the defenders, despite being the defenders, are now the attackers, and vice versa for the attackers. So getting that plant down, that defensive favored map that is Villa, all of a sudden comes to your advantage, despite being the attacker. That plant goes down, and all of those defensive, all of those angles, all of those destructible floors, all those things that people love to use and abuse on Villa, all of a sudden become your advantage, not the defenders. They become the defenders' bane. And you only have to defend one diffuser, whereas defenders have to defend 2 bomb sites. So I think the planting, like you brought up, I think is kind of what won them the game. Getting that plant
For
down.
sure. Because it definitely, like you said, it definitely shifts the entire game around. Defenders become the attackers, vice versa. And like once the defenders are comfortable sitting in their spots, hold up, nestled up, and the game immediately changes as soon as that diffuser is planted. Because now they can't sit there. And obviously, just want to point out, Scar is the GOAT with the SMG 11.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like it proves a lot there, man. And him coming out and showing off like something extraordinary. You know what I mean? Especially as you can see at the end, him running that support as smoke. It stop a lot of things. And one of the biggest things if we talk about right now is that, remember, we're talking about Shard, but he's not even the player of the week. League, being the guest, man, go for it, man. You can let everybody know who's the player of the week, man.
Well, for this week, our player of the week is going to be Blacks from MMG Void. In his game on Villa against PRS, as previously stated, he had 11 kills, 6 assists, and only 4 deaths in 9 rounds.
That's pretty impressive. That's
just
over
phenomenal.
a kill a round.
Of course, we're not gonna, shy on chat, secrets having 5 and 2 and 4, but still, I mean, but still, because Brax
Everybody
was
did
the
their
roamer,
job.
exactly, Brax was the roamer. He probably was their frag as well. And Secrets, being the support man that he is, it definitely shown that he stayed alive in sight. Like, this man did not even touch sight. But I'm talking about Blacks, meaning that he stayed out there, got the kills he needed to not even let people touch sight. So, phenomenal job on him.
The thing about especially sort of being the fragger role, and I'm sure you guys can help attest to this, but a lot of times the fragger gets 2 kills and goes down. That's a good round for the fragger. Get the 2 impact, even the 1 impact frag, and even if you get traded out, that was a successful round for you. But having 4 deaths out of 9 rounds, that means not only did you get those impact frags, but you kept your life, which is sometimes more valuable than anything else in the game. So,
Absolutely.
On some level, the fragger is quote unquote the one expendable player on the team, and when they're still not dying, you got something right.
Oh, for sure. Because if the roamer gets that kill and he stays alive, evades the drones and something like that, he's still in the back of the attacker's mind. The attackers can't go forth with pushing the site until he's dealt with, like, mentally. So, like, but if they forget about him and start pushing the site anyway, that turns to bite them in the back as well, because he's going to come back and get even more kills simply because you forgot about him.
I mean, that's always sort of the question that I see tossed around a lot. How do you deal with roamers? Because some people quote unquote ignore them. They push site so hard and fast that the roamers are 5 rooms away, and all of a sudden they're just like, oh my god, they're pushing site and I'm nowhere near to help. So that is a valid strategy. But then there is obviously the other strategy of, like you said, hunt them down, take them out, take them off the field, and you don't have to worry about them anymore. And I think it's just, a constant debate of which strategy works. And I don't think either strategy works 100% of the time. I think you have to play both a little bit.
Definitely, because there are some rounds where you're going to have the correct drone setups or the correct people who are going to be droning those roamers everywhere they go on the map, constantly giving call outs to where they are at all times. But there's also going to be times where they're going to just shoot the drones, evade all of them, and you're going to be confused and nervous, like, could he be around this corner, could he be around that corner. And so that's also plays a game in itself, because if the roamer's doing his job and taking out all the drones following them, he's also limiting future intel for that attacking team, because some teams will chase that roamer no matter where he goes. Like Villa, if the roamer goes all the way to the basement after getting a kill in, like, say, Astro, that's a tough choice. Do we chase him all the way down there, or do we let him be?
Absolutely. And like you sort of alluded to, and despite being 2 floors down, Villa, just the way the map works in general, that basement is such a good rotation for defenders. And there's not a lot of angles that attackers really hold. There's a lot of different staircases. It's a really hard place to lock down a roamer. And so the roamer, despite defending the 3rd floor, it just has so much maneuverability and so much flexibility in the basement that it never really feels like they're 2 floors down, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I understand. It kind of makes me think about this funny clip that I saw from Canadian on Space Station, where, like, they were playing ranked, and he was with the rest of his Space Station teammates, and there was a guy just hiding in a rat corner in the basement, like near Art Studio, and he got pre-fired through the barricade right there and died there, and he just was so confused as to how he died all the way down there in the basement without being spotted. And little did he know there was a flank drone in the basement on him that entire time. And Troy, that's something Troy was also, now he's known for, that he plays support, is that they are crazy on the drones.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's just the basement to Villa is, the basement on Villa is It's pretty unique, actually. There's no sights down there. There's a lot of maneuverability, and for the most part, it does go pretty ignored by attackers. I do say for the most part, because don't get me wrong, like there are those times, but for the most part, if a defender runs in the basement, attackers a lot of times give up chase just because it is so hard to lock down a roamer down there. And
Facts.
so it's definitely one of the more unique kind of areas in Siege as a whole, especially on the comp level.
Because it's almost like you have no reason to be down there except for the defender who gives you that reason to go down there.
Right, exactly. So how many resources are you going to commit 2 floors down? How many how many grenades are you willing to waste? How many drones are you willing to send down there to most likely, if even if they don't die, like what are you going to do? Drive your drone all the way from basement to the top floor? No. Like that's like 20 extra seconds right there. So you're committing precious resources, like you said, where there is nothing. You get nothing for it.
Time is money, man.
Well said, indeed. But guys, of course, to cut it off there, man. I'm going to shout out again. Game of the week, MMG Void taking that dub against PRS. It definitely shows how strong MMG is. They have been winning the games back and forth, and them being known for even going to finals in Ventures League is something that they have to prove themselves, and they know that they want that master spot. And winning all these games, and especially beating PRS, that's a very known, not known team, but very known players in that team, is definitely going to boost them up even higher in the standings to make that master's position. They can even win it all if possible. Never knows. But their next competition they have to face is going to be a crucial one, especially that is going to be Plague. And being in Plague's position, they must be watching VODs nonstop, just because of the fact that you don't want to fall short against MMG Void, especially that technically MMG Void has played 2 games, or even let's say the word one more game more than Plague, because Plague has only played 1 game, and that's when they beat Team Uprising 7-1. And then now they got that forfeit against Bearded Dragons. While MMG Void did beat Gruesome eSports 7-1. They did get that forfeit win versus Hazard Gaming, and now they took the victory against PRS 7-2. It puts them in a good standing point. Now it's just about where to take them. So before we even talk about predictions or even moving on to the next standings about that game, we're going to talk about how it's going to be working for everybody that's listening now, guys. Of course, it is the semifinals. There's only 4 teams left. These 4 teams now have to fight in a BO3, meaning a best of 3 now, guys. Okay? They have to make sure that they can probably and have that range with these teams that they're going to be facing. They have to make sure the maps are crucial. And the thing is how these maps are going to be working as well is that, guys, remember on the rules that we talked about in episode 1, we have a 9 map pool. That being said, using the maps that they have played in the past, we are going to be banning 1. Let's say if both teams have equivalent to the exact same map that they already have banned already, then we are going to be taking away a popular map. So let's say if Clubhouse was played 4 times during that last week, then we will be taking Clubhouse out of the rotation, leaving again pretty much back to 7 maps. Each team, of course, in that phase, would be going to a ban, pick, ban decider. And of course, for the decider map, whoever takes that side will be the person that wins map 1. So that being said, and you guys knowing that rules, of course, everybody listening, and of course for you, Malik and Loopy. Now, the first bracket of that doubleheader, of course, is going to be Element 111 going against Fallen Pharaohs. So, Loopy, you can go ahead, buddy, and talk about that game first. Of what you think is going to be happening. What kind of predictions? What kind of maps? What you think is going to be happening in that game?
So I definitely think, as sort of Malik alluded to earlier, or I'm sorry, you did, Monkey, my bad, alluded to earlier, these are both very strat-heavy teams. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some of the more strat-heavy maps. Clubhouse, Cafe, Villa even. Villa does have some fluidity to it, but if you have a good strat, then you can definitely stick to it. Like, Villa's not so fluid. Like those kinds of maps, I wouldn't be surprised to see at least 1 or 2 of them. Maps that I'm expecting to not see is just in general, I'm expecting to not see Bank, unfortunately. But otherwise, I think everything else is on the field because of sort of the unknown factor of things like the New Oregon. New Oregon, if you know, because these are strat heavy teams, if they looked at it and said, "Oh, let's strat that map," they might be gunning for it because they have the strats down and maybe their opponent doesn't. You know, if Element 111 has them down, then they're going to push for it, and Fallen Pharaohs being caught off guard is going to be like, well, crap. But that being said, we might, for the exact same reason, we might see that banned early. Oh, we don't have this stratted. We're a strat heavy team. Get it out of here. Right. But I definitely think no matter sort of what maps we play, I want to say we're going to see a 2-1 overall. I don't know in which way.
2-1. Very crucial. Like that 2-1.
Interesting.
Very, very interesting. Especially that you did not even give an answer of who. You just said 2-1 based off of maps, especially. So that 2-1 could be anybody. It could be pretty much, Element 111 or Fallen Pharaohs. Which, again, going back to the little history, as I told you before, Element 111 has been in a hot streak. Their only competition, if per se, I'm not gonna say you want to be rude, but the only competition was Farside Gaming, Bravo, or Nova now. So, because the first game they did win 7-0, then the other one was a forfeit win. But for Fallen Pharaohs, it was pretty much a fight everywhere they went. For Extinction Gaming, that was a 8-7 pretty much on that one. They won their game so that they had to face Fallen Pharaohs, and Fallen Pharaoh actually showed them off and won their game 7-4. And then they get a free dub now from Attacking Team. Sadly, it wasn't a free dub, if you want to say the word like that, but it was a forfeit win for Fallen Pharaohs. So, kind of both teams, as you said before, both teams have kind of a similar standpoint. Looking
Yeah.
at the bracket, Element 111 does have the more bracket rights, if you want to say like that. But Fallen Pharaohs is not falling too far. But Malik, if you want to touch base on that one, buddy, go ahead. Maybe you have your own prediction.
Well, my prediction, I'm gonna give it to Element 111, but
Okay.
I will say I want to be wrong. I want to be proved wrong because Fallen Pharaohs is a team that in season 1 shocked a lot of people, including me. I forgot what game it was, but it was on
That was
Banked,
true.
and they really impressed me. So I want to see a fight from them, 100%. Now, will they give it to us? Who knows? But I'm just saying that's what I want to see. But my prediction is gonna be that Element 11 wins this 2-0, no matter what maps it goes to.
Wow.
Really?
2-0.
Wow. Yeah, right.
Grizz is going to be happy to hear that.
Yeah, I mean,
Grizz
But
listening,
he's
man.
not
That's,
gonna let
love to be
you
wrong.
live that down. I want you to
I
know
would
that, right? He's
love
not
to
gonna let
be
you to live
wrong.
that down.
You don't know how
You
much
live
I
that
want
down.
to be wrong.
Grizz, that's if you're listening, man. I know you are, but if you're listening, Grizz, you got Malik on your side, man. Don't be losing
all
that
right.
now.
He's like, don't go that far. He's like, I want to stay on your side.
Just saying, looking at the facts, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. No, that's again, that's a very big prediction, and Loopy did give that person a 1. So who knows? So we'll see. And when not wasting any time, I'm gonna go to the next one. I'm gonna be talking about MMG Void versus Plague. So Leak. Obviously, we let Loopy go first in that one. So you could go ahead and do your first prediction on this one.
Well, not much is known about Plague. They they kind of got here little rocky a little bit. Some places. Um, my prediction is gonna go to MMG Void. I'm a like this. This is a tough one because Plague is definitely a better matchup to MMG Void than to say Fallen Pharaohs is to Element 11. So with this, I want to give these people a map, but I feel like it might be like an 8-7 kind of 2-0 for MMG Void. Like one of the maps is 8-7 and the other map maybe 7-5. Those kind of scores for these maps. Like I think it'll be closer than the Element 11 and Fallen Pharaohs game, but ultimately I do see MMG Void taking this.
I mean, surprising. I think a whole 0 people. I definitely agree. I probably am going to put MMG Void taking this one, but I'm actually going to go a little bit different. I think that there is enough fight in Plague with the fact that they are sort of unknown, like you said, and MMG Void is so known. Like MMG Void's unique play style is sort of legend at this point. So I think that Plague with their unknown play style can sort of maybe even double down on it and sort of say, okay, MMG Void plays weird. let's play even weirder. And I think that they could take. I do think that they can take a map, but I do think MMG Void will come out on top.
Okay. Solid predictions, and big fans of course, MMG Void. So, shout out to MMG Void because shout out to MMG Void though, man, because everyone here, we're fans of everybody. You know what I mean? And I know MMG Void, especially, they're fans of us. So I definitely shout out to you guys and thank you guys all for supporting the podcast. And yeah, no, I definitely I do see MMG Void taking this game against Plague just because of the fact that I know how MMG Void can play. Plague is going to be fighting back, but the thing is, I feel like Plague needs that experience that MMG Void excuse me. MMG Void has a lot of experience. They know what to fall behind on. Plague needs that experience. I might be wrong. They might not get that experience, or they might already have that experience. But I do see them putting a good fight, though. So I personally feel, and I'm giving you guys even more detail. I personally feel that MMG Void is going to win map 1, but I feel like they're going to be winning that in overtime, 8-6. And then
Okay.
I definitely see the second game actually Plague taking that one, and that one I feel like is going to fall into the 7-4 of them winning that one.
Oh,
And
okay.
and then for the last final match, yes, I definitely see MMG Void taking that, and I see them actually waking up and finally taking a map that they don't probably want to, but I feel like I personally feel like it might be a cafe or a villa, and I feel like they're going to win that 7-3 to finish off the whole season for them. That's
Now,
personally my prediction.
we've talked about predictions, but I want to ask a little bit of a unique question. Sort of excluding predictions aside or whatever, what's the final you guys want to see? Like, what's the final you guys would die to see?
Well, the finals that the people wanted to see was MMG Void versus Bearded Dragons. Unfortunately, Bearded Dragons is no longer in the bracket. Well, in this part of the bracket, I would say, because they had to forfeit due to some roster issues. Not enough people were on. So I mean, the finals that we have now, the best case scenario is going to be MMG Void versus Element 11.
All right. And
Hmm.
you, Monkey?
No, yeah, I definitely see Element 11. I was going to give you that prediction in a couple seconds. Yes, Element 11 is probably going to be taking that dub against Fallen Pharaohs. I see them going to finals versus MMG Void. I'm actually going to follow your prediction, Loopy. I might actually see that they're going to be going 2-1 against Fallen Pharaohs. I don't want to be biased because now if I don't go into detail like I did for MMG Void, I know Grizz is probably going to come for my neck now. But
It's just Grizz.
Full disclosure for those of you who don't know, we have the admin team in general has a very good relationship with Grizz. Just a very good relationship in general.
Good is a weird way to put it, but like I feel you.
But yes, for Eminem 11, I definitely do see them taking 2-1 versus Fallen Pharaohs. For some reason, I don't know why, I feel like Grizz's team is going to not be ready for Fallen Pharaohs. So that's why I feel like Fallen Pharaohs will be taking the dub 7-5 on their first map. Then, of course, Element 11 will wake up, finally snap out of what's going on, but they're still going to be in that fight position. They're still going to be like, okay, these guys really can keep up with us. Now we're having a little bit of trouble. Let's fight for these guys. And I definitely feel that Element 11 will go into overtime and will win that overtime. I personally see 8-7 on that one. And then for the last matchup, they finally gonna get a read on these guys. I feel like it might be Coastline. And then for that last map on Coastline, I definitely feel like they're gonna take it 7-3. That's personally what I feel.
Yeah, that seems about right. Especially with Coastline being more of a frag heavy map, and seeing that Element 11 has more, like they seem to have more frag power on paper, at least with their roster. So yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, they have more depth, if you want to say like that. So that's the only reason why I'm saying that. And Coastline being the third map, I personally feel like Grizz will probably leave that for last. If, of course, Fallen Pharaohs lets that happen. And if that's the case, you know what I mean? And I'm not trying to predict anything because by the time, hopefully, but again, we're recording this, guys, it's the 27th of May. Okay, by the time it comes out, it might be Friday. Hopefully, maybe Friday. And exactly on Friday is, if I'm correct, Element 11's 111's versus Fallen Pharaohs match at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time.
Yes, it is. So make sure you. That's the other thing. Just real quick. Element 111 is going to be Friday at 7:30 p.m. on Collective eSports Alpha on Twitch, and MMG Void and Plagues match is going to be Sunday 8:30 on the same channel. Just so everyone knows those and can tune in, because these are going to both be very good matches, and I will tell you that we have a pretty solid casting lineup this week. It's looking like it's turning out to be so.
Definitely can't wait for it. And yes, again, going into detail with that, yes, I definitely see them going that far. I definitely see them going each going 2-1 for some apparent reason. It's just because of the fact that I personally feel that these guys are not ready for each other. Fallen Pharaoh not being in the game for that long, as Malik was saying before, I'm coming back strong into this qualifiers. So, and then Element 11 not knowing what they can do. I remember no match has been casted yet. So nobody has seen each other play except only if you played in past seasons. And of course, in past seasons, MMG Void has played, and Element 11, 111 has been played. So Fallen Pharaohs does have an advantage, and Plague has an advantage. And now it's just up to them to see if they can actually capitalize. We might be wrong. Predictions might turn around. Plague might destroy MMG Void, and Fallen Pharaohs might just wash the floor with Element 11. Who knows? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just going
They
back
might
to
shock the
experience.
world like Ali, man.
That's a good reference. That's actually a great reference.
Right.
But yes, that's our predictions, guys. Of course, and again, this is the week. This is the week for semi-pro. After this semi is finished, it literally goes into finals. And when it goes into finals, that's again going to be a BO3, and that will determine if who will be getting the free entry for, of course, Masters. And just in case you guys don't know, if you guys are just getting that little question, if you guys were asking, hey, if we win this, what are we getting? Like, what do these guys get? What's in the mind? What's in the favor of these guys? Of course, I'll give you the information. So, for first place, guys, you get free entry to season 3, and you're in Masters automatically. Come on, who doesn't want that? These teams fighting for it, I know for a fact these guys want that. Second place,
Definitely.
you get into Masters for second place. Get into Masters guaranteed. Don't worry about it. You can still get Masters, even though you did not win first place. But you still got to pay, though. But you're going to be getting a deductive discount of 15% off your entry, which is, come on, that's 15% off. Imagine the entry. I'm not good at math, but let's say a percentage is like $20. Get $20 entry. Come on, man. That's 15% off of that. Let's go. That's who doesn't want that. And then of course you want the free entry, but still. But for third place, you get Masters again, which is perfect. You guys want to be a Masters if you want to make it to the top. For that third place, you still got to pay full price, yes, but you get to pick who you get to face of the week 1 of their division, which is crucial, I personally say, because third place is not even that bad. Like, some people might even want to get third place. If you got the money and you think you want to spend it, sure. But third place can put you in an advantage that you might see fit. That might give you the advantage, hey, you want to get rid of the best team in the dirt division off rip, just on purpose, so you can pretty much get a better advantage. Or maybe you want to get a weaker opponent to get out of the way, and maybe get a free dub on the way. If you want to say free dub in your sense. So, again, these awards are good.
But
Stuff.
I hear some random person asking, how do you determine who got third place?
I had a feeling. This question was definitely going to be arising. But when it comes to third place, that's going to be a secret. There's going to be a 2-way difference on that one. So we'll probably be releasing that on the next podcast. I don't want to spoil it now. I'm not going to spoil it. But I want to give these guys hope. All I'm going to say is a hint is that these matchups happening this weekend, everybody that's listening to the podcast right now that is a player or is the captain of the player, whatever you guys are, letting you guys know, if you win your matchup, great for you. If you lose, don't feel bad. There's still hope. There's still hope. All I'm going to say. Okay? All I'm going to say. But yeah, guys, of course, I'm going to have to tell you guys we're going to probably be ending the podcast a little short today, and we're going to be ending it a little bit here. But at the same time, guys, we're going to be talking about the question of the week, of course. And the question of the week that was back of who knows when of episode 3, because episode 4, I don't think I asked you. But episode 3, I asked you guys who is going to be the first player to get 20 kills. Okay? Who is going to be the first player to get 20 kills? And Malik and Loopy, do you guys want to answer this question? Do you guys want to guess before I give you that actual answer?
Well, considering about when it was, like you said, episode 3 or whatever, probably my best prediction is someone said Glitzy.
Okay.
Is
That's a good
that 20
prediction.
kills for like the qualifiers?
20
or 20 kills
kills
for like
qualifiers.
season? Okay. I'm gonna probably have to go with, I want to say Scar or Blitz from MMG Void.
Going for the MMG Void. Okay.
Yeah, because see, Scar #Scar Goat. First of all, you know what I'm saying, SFG11 got here. He he's known to, like, if you make him mad, he might just be that guy to just snap. Like, he's done it before. Somebody made him mad in the game, snapped for 20+ kills.
I actually think
So
I remember that match. I think I was casting it, and he just like it was like a best of 3. Map 1, he did like nothing, and then map 2 and 3, he just like wiped the floor, and I was just like, Jesus Christ.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it might just take, that right opponent. Like, I don't know who's going to be that opponent for him. Will it be Plague? Will it be Element 11? Will it be surprises to be Fallen Pharaohs to be that opponent to get scarred and make him drop 20 kills? I don't know. I feel like he's a strong first in my guess for who will do that first. But I feel like Blitz is definitely somebody I can see doing it also if he gets his Finka LMG and does nothing but shoot everybody.
Strategy. Come on, Malik.
Shout out to Oreo that's out there. I know he's probably listening to this podcast. You got to pew pew your opponents, guys. All right, that's pretty much what it is. All right, that's gonna be
pew them before they pew pew you.
legendary coach Oreo that's listening to it. But no, man, Glitzy, I mean Blitz. I love these guys. I love these predictions. But actually, the question of the week, and of course, the answer for it was actually Bacon from PRS. Bacon was actually the closest. He was the guy that did get 19 kills, actually, on one of the leaderboards. And he was the closest to get it. And a lot of people did vote for him to get it just because of that sense. Glitzy actually came in second. He did come in second because he had a very high consistency of having, I think it was 15 kills and then 16 kills off the bat. So he was just pretty close to getting 20. Might as well just get it for now. Like, why not get it? But Bacon actually got that title just because the fact that on one game he played Coastline, he did drop 19 kills. And of course, you saying that it was a frag heavy map, you know what I mean? That's exactly why Bacon did go off in that map, dropping 19. And that game was not like it went into overtime or anything. That was against I think it was 5C. Yeah, it was versus 5C they went against. And they went to Coastline and they won 7-3. So it was not that close to say that, hey, this guy got those kills because he went to overtime or something. No, he got those kills just straight gunning. And that was the matchup that you even said that too, Loopy. You said that you were really good friends with Bacon at that time, and you said that it makes sense. You know what I mean? Once he goes off, he's off. So
he truly is one of the best shots I know. He's one of them. I wouldn't say the best shot I know, but he's definitely up there.
You got Malik and me here. Shh. I'll say too loud.
I'll tip my hat. I give respect where respect is due. Bacon can definitely pop off at any given time. Just like I said with Scar, except with Bacon, I don't think he doesn't need to get mad or anything. It could just be one of those days. It could be Friday 7:30. Bacon's dropping 20, or it can be Tuesday at 3 and he can't get a kill. It's just Bacon.
Bacon's Bacon. That's what he does best. And of course, guys, just to end it off with a question of the week. I already told you guys who's going to be winning finals. I told you guys that already. But now I'm going to talk to you guys of how in detail I went. I want you guys to tell me who do you think is going to make it to finals and by how much. 2-1, 2-0. What are you thinking? I want you guys to let me know, okay, guys? Question of the week is that. You guys let me know who was going to win finals and by how much. But yeah,
we want to hear the predictions.
Yeah. We love predictions over here, guys, in the podcast. And, being here at the table is something that we love, especially. So I want to let everybody know at home, everybody that's watching, everybody that's at work. Shout out to you guys by working, guys. Shout out to you guys. But everybody that's working, wherever you guys are listening from, this has been Monkey. Got my man Loopy here. Special guest, admin legendary. Got my man Malik here.
Yes, sir.
This has been Behind the Call Out, guys. Episode 5. We love you guys. And of course, stay tuned for the next episode that probably comes out next week, probably by Tuesday, guys. And of course, catch you guys on the flip side.
Peace.